Okay, it's January 2025. I'm in Brooklyn. I'm in Williamsburg. I'm thrifting and I'm on the phone with AP and we're talking about life. And we got into this really interesting conversation about family and family members and people in general who have conditions that have stacked up for so long. It's kind of like they just find ways to deal with it and find other ways to compensate. We were talking about specifically anxiety and depression, right? Like we have family members that have dealt with it for years and it's just a normal thing for them. Like they just go through life and it's like, oh yeah, they were depressed the whole time. They were anxious the whole time, and that explains their actions. And he was like, yeah, DNA, depression and anxiety. He's like, yo, that would be a fire song title. And I said, excuse me, sir? Let me get that. Let me hold on to that thing. And I was listening to a beat and I was like, oh yeah, this is it. This is a perfect subject matter, something that I've dealt with personally. And I was like, oh, this gotta work. It's gotta work. So I get the record done relatively quickly in comparison to other records. I play it for people and they're like, yo, this is a really good song. I had one person say like, yo, this is one of my favorite songs of yours. I'm like, amazing. I get the process going on the paperwork. The producer sells the beat. So then I'm like, damn, I still want to get this record out. I think this record is important. I just want a way for people to hear it, I think, and know people will resonate with it. At bare minimum, they kind of get to know me a little more. Time passes, I'm thinking of interesting ways of releasing it without putting it out. I'm like, oh, maybe I could just send it out in an email to my audience. They'll listen to it. We can engage like that. It doesn't happen. Fast forward, probably like 4 months, and I hear a beat, and I'm like, holy, this is it. This is the beat for DNA. I was like, let me just try. I re-record it. And I was like, man, this version feels a little more special because it sounds like. Okay, I know I'm not supposed to say, it's like kind of blasphemous to say. And not talking about Jordan or Tyson, that. But it kind of had the feel, the chords, the poppiness. It felt special. Fast forward to the record, and I'm like, my goodness, what an amazing record. Okay, I'm ready to put it out now. But it has to come out at the proper time. It has to just mean something more than just, here's another record. And this is something that I'm super conscious of. Like, though I release records at a frequent rate, I do want every record to have its own moment and kind of have its own world that ultimately speaks to my world, speaks to your world, and the world that we kind of intermingle with from time to time. So I'm like, all right, top of the year. Top of the year has so many different emotions, so many things going on that we all deal with, and two of those things being depression and anxiety. So perfect time to release the record, and I released the record. And as I stated before, I think this record is so important for people to understand more about me as a human, because it's something that I've dealt with historically, something that I deal with as recent as this weekend. The more I deal with it, the more I understand, and dealt with anxiety specifically this weekend. The more I deal with it, the more I realize that it's just a constant battle. And for me, at least the way I deal with it, before I used to try to be like, this is a mountain that I must climb, and once I get over it, it's over. And that's not the case. But what I do find fruitful is when I do deal with it, I find the root of a lot of things that make me imperfect. And I think that's amazing. Like, the lesson that I'm extracting, because I don't think it's over yet, that I'm extracting is very helpful. And I'm able to kind of like almost rewind things to be like, oh, that's why I reacted this way. Oh, that's why I feel that way constantly. So I find it as something that, though it hurts and historically I feel like it's hindered me, it also gives me like the depth, if you will. Like, it's a part of the thing. And I know some people don't deal with it. People have never dealt with depression. Some people have never dealt with anxiety. And I look at them and I say, how amazing is your life? Because it's two things that, my goodness, I feel like I've dealt with it forever. And it's interestingly enough, like, there are certain things, and my cousin and I speak about this all the time, is like, there's certain things that are just genetic. Like if you look at all of us, it's like, oh, we got that, we got that, we got that. It's got to be a family thing, right? And then there's other things that I think we pick up societally. Like we'll start to believe certain things, and then that becomes our thing. And I don't know. I feel like there's certain things that may have been passed on from other family members that kind of started like that. May have not been from their parents. It's just like a society thing. And then you start to pass it down, and then that becomes a thing. But then there's other things that's just like we pick it up. Like if you look at this shirt, I was programmed to care about you. I feel like that's a very real thing. Like there's just things that you don't come into this space of the world with, but you start to like carry it. And I always look at it like, bro, I don't want to carry your luggage. Like, let me carry my bag. Let me carry my shit. Let me not add on. So that's very much my battle. It's the thing that I deal with, that I've dealt with, that I continue to deal with. But I think more important than trying to find the cure or solution, I understand that it's always a process. And within that process, I just find ways, try to find a meaning in everything. And because this is a consistent thing and it might be a lifelong journey, I would absolutely love to hear about ways, tools, tips, and tricks that you use to deal with either depression or anxiety, things you found helpful, things to read, watch, listen to. Or if you're looking for tips, tricks, and tools that may or may not work for you, man, drop all of that there. This is a constant conversation. Please follow me on all socials. We keep the conversation going. Please, if you like the content, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. This guy who makes interesting music that slaps also vlogs. And like that, we going. Thank you for the time. Thank you for the energy. Until next time.